Hey everyone, it's Mr. Wobbly94. I hope you're doing well today. I have a review here for another Dragon Ball Super manga. After not reviewing, I think, volume 17 to this one, I finally decided, since it's been so long, to just go ahead and skip to this particular volume. Maybe one day if I go back and reread those, maybe I'll talk about whatever I missed. Like the earlier volumes, 17 to 19, whatever. Anyway, this is Dragon Ball Super, Book 20. I love the cover, by the way. Very cool. 200 pages long, like most manga, as always. And this one concludes for the first 3 chapters of the 4 chapters contained within the Granola story arc. And I really like the Granola arc. I don't think it's as good as the Moro arc, but I will say here, it's mostly satisfying. There's a couple of things I would tweak here and there, but for the most part, I think Akira Toriyama, who wrote this, and Toyotaro's art, really performs just like always. Does a great job. I'm a huge fan of the Dragon Ball Super manga, and just Dragon Ball Super in general, even though I've always been a bigger Z fan, like many of you know. This was really, really engaging and fun, and it makes me so sad that I'm so far behind. I mean, I could read the chapters online, but I just don't want to. I feel like I'm spoiling things that I would rather read in a physical book, because I love physical books. And having this collection on my shelf is really my first ever manga collection, aside from Death Note, and it looks so good on the shelf with the bright white colors on the spine and all of that cool stuff. Anyway, Volume 20, where do I even start with this? Aside from being the conclusion of the Granola arc, basically Goku and Vegeta are trying to stop Gas by using their ultimate forms of Ultra Ego and the whatever the Goku thing is called that I cannot remember right now because my brain is fried from so much recording today. They're trying to stop Gas once again, and there's a couple of really cool things that happen with Gas, and I don't want to call them transformations, but kind of some other things that happen later on in the book that I thought were really kind of creepy, and there's a couple of sad moments in here too that really touched my heart a little bit. And this Goku Bardock parallel thing that keeps getting brought up more to Goku's attention is pretty cool. I really like that stuff too. When it comes to the Granola arc, I think it was pretty good overall. And then finally, the final chapter in here begins a new story that involves Goten and Trunks, who dress up like modern-day superheroes, or the Great Saiyaman, basically, their own versions of it. And they're influenced by this movie series or comic series adapted to movies that they love that was hilarious. Something like a toilet bowl cleaner or something, I don't know. It was very weird. But they're basically inspired by that, not by their dads, who are literal superheroes, who do all the shit superheroes in comics couldn't even want to be. Did they never hear of Superman fighting Goku? Like, that was a thing back when I was a kid. How have they never heard of this? How has Dragon Ball never touched that topic? But anyway, I really loved this book. I thought it was just as good as usual, aside from some small tweaks. Like I said, the art looks good as always, in case you're curious. Here's a couple of samplings, I guess, that I'll show you real quick, for anybody who cares. Very nice. Toyotaru, very, very impressive. Very much love the work here. Dragon Ball Super Volume 20 was just as good as always. The writing is good. The new introduction to this kind of filler story that may develop into something bigger with the Goten and Trunks story. I don't know what's going to happen with that. But there was also Frieza showing up in here for a moment that I thought was badass. I mean, absolute badass. I had heard about something with him. I had not seen it myself with my own eyes. Now I have, and it was awesome. I can't wait to read more about what's going to happen in the future with that character and with Goku and Vegeta and Trunks and Goten. And again, I don't know if we're being introduced into a filler arc or what. From what I understand, most manga, including with Dragon Ball stuff, doesn't really have filler. So I don't know what's happening with this Goten Trunks thing, but I'm excited to read more, and it's going to kill me waiting like another 2 or 3 months for Volume 21. Anyway, Dragon Ball Super Volume 20, if I had to rate it on a 5-star basis, once again, I'd recommend it highly. I'd probably give it like a 5 out of 5 stars, to be honest with you. Aside from some small tweaks I would have made, pretty damn good, like usual. So check it out if you're a big fan of Dragon Ball Super. If you've been keeping up with the volumes instead of the actual chapters online, let me know about all that down below too. What are your thoughts on the Granola arc? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you like it more than the Moro arc or the Tournament of Power arc or any of that stuff? I'd love to hear everything you have to say about it down below once again. Thank you all for watching, guys. Recommend it highly. God bless you all. Goodbye.